Ladies and gents, boys and girls, we are so freaking back. What is going on? Wednesday, November the 3rd, 2021. We are finally back after a week-long hiatus, and it feels so good to chat with you here on this Wednesday. Haven't been in the studio in a while, so we got to adjust some levels real quick. Got to adjust some things real fast. There we go. We should be good. Yes. Feels so good. Smoke them if you got them. The Braves are World Series champions. How good does it feel? Obviously, this is the Daily Crow, not the Daily Chop, but we chop on here on a Wednesday for the World Series champion Atlanta Braves. Feels good. Savor this one, Atlanta sports fans. Again, I'm playing a little bit with the phone line, so if you hear anything in the background, guys, please let me know. We haven't been live in a week, so I'm sure Muschamp hackers will try their damnedest to infiltrate this in some way. But I missed all of you, truly missed all of you. I see Wesley Newmar, Brian Dean, Lindsay, Travi, Eric Fryer, Jason Vaughn, Forrest Batson, Brennan M., Tanner Land, Cody Gaskins, Savannah Webster. What's going on? Appreciate you all tuning in. Again, Muschamp hackers. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Not good. Y'all bear with me for a second. Okay, we should be good. Apologize. Again, we haven't been in the studio in a while, so some cords are kind of messed up where they shouldn't be. B-Diva, what's going on? Appreciate you all tuning in. Again, taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Guys, got a lot to get into. Again, first time back in a week. It feels good to chat with you all once again, guys. And again, of course, as always, the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys are young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item. You're not just a number. You're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. Guys are going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself, no matter what you've been involved in, accident, whatever it may be. The last thing that you should be dealing with is paperwork, dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com. for more information. You guys, that's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Just making sure we have the phone lines actually open again, guys. I do apologize for some of the early technical difficulties. There we go. I think we're back to normal there. Let's make sure. I think we're back to normal. Okay, thank goodness. All right, we are back to normal. Good. 843-790-3377. It is Florida week, of course. I want to hear from you. Tim Dorn, where are you at, Tim Dorn? Where is Tim Dorn? All Tim Dorn told me was that the Astros were going to sweep the Braves. And then when the Braves went up 1-0, all Tim Dorn said was that the Braves were going to blow it. I don't care if you want to critique. I don't care if you want to make predictions. But for the love of God, own it when you are wrong. Own it when you are wrong. Because not only did the Braves win the series, they beat the Astros' ass for the most part. Would love to hear from you, Tim Dorn and others. Again, the Braves are World Series champions. Of course, we're talking Gamecocks. We're talking gambling here on Wednesday. Best bet, SEC gambling picks. Podcast back today, The Daily Crow. We are back, folks. And again, I'll tell you this, it feels so good to be chatting with you all once again. First things first, vacation was incredible. Vacation was awesome. It was a really, really good time. But it's funny. It is one of those things where, we took a lot of time off. Yours truly really maximized the time off during the bye week. And I truly missed it. I really did. I really did, guys. Especially like on Monday, I was like, man, I'm ready to – I was really itching to get back after it. So it felt great last night to get back in the studio, record the podcast today. And, of course, it feels great today to be sitting here chatting with you all. Truly it does. So, it's kind of nice to detach and step away. And I think also what it does is it sort of resets you and reminds you how fortunate you are to do what you do, how fortunate we are to have this time together to conversate and critique and debate and just have this platform, if you will. I feel extremely fortunate. Again, I love what I do. So as great as vacation was, very excited to be back. My batteries feel recharged. I cannot wait for Saturday. Again, that's why I've seen on social media a lot of the attitude of some fans. I mean, really kind of, surprised. I thought most people, and I think most people did, by the way, most people would use the bye week to recharge the batteries and be excited for the final month of the season. 4 games to go. I understand things haven't gone exactly the way we wanted, but 4 games to go. And there are some people out there still that are a little bit of a sourpuss on a Wednesday and a sourpuss over the bye week. And I don't know, man. I guess my perspective fuels me. I'm just excited that we have football at Williams-Brice Stadium 3 more Saturdays this final month. I mean, truly. I'm excited. 7:30 kickoff at Willie B, of course. The TSUS tailgate, the Big Cock Club tailgate is going to be going absolutely insane on Saturday. Of course, we'll be out, guys, at Seawell, spots 93 to 96. Would love to have you come out there. Going to be a really, really good time. So I'm fired up for that. Also, we got basketball getting going. The official start of the regular season will start next Tuesday with both the women's and the men's tipping off. Women at 5 o'clock at NC State in a big game. Men at home at 7 against USC Upstate. Of course, the men do scrimmage or exhibition, if you will, tomorrow against Benedict. Tomorrow night at 7. Yours truly will be in the building. And just a quick reminder, guys, I know I told you after or when we left last week that the basketball season preview show would be today. I've actually moved that to Friday because I got back yesterday, coming back from Orlando. I didn't want to try to rush things. I was trying to get the show in before the World Series game started. I was like, you know what? I want to sit down, take time, really put the time in to break down the men's and the women's and have a really big basketball season preview show. So I did not want to rush that product. So that will be on Friday's show. So Friday's podcast, we'll have our prediction for South Carolina, Florida, as well as a full season preview show for both men's and women's basketball. So going to be really, really good stuff. And again, of course, like I said, guys, the regular season for both gets going next week. Going to be a lot of fun. I saw Eric Fryer commenting earlier. Says, I'll take the over and Carolina to cover and Jason Brown with over 300 yards passing. How about that for a trifecta? Hey, I'm hoping so. Listen. I like Jason Brown. I'm glad he's a Gamecock. I will keep my expectations conservative and be happily surprised if the things you just mentioned come to fruition. Again, would South Carolina covering surprise me? Not at all. That's why my best bet is not on the line. I was surprised how big the line was when it opened, to be totally honest. And listen, I'm not putting too much stock in what Florida did against Georgia because Georgia's a damn good football team and they're better than everybody. And so it really doesn't matter what they did. It doesn't really matter what Florida did against Georgia because nobody can beat Georgia. Nobody can score on Georgia. I guess a part of me just, and again, I've not locked in my score prediction at all. Tomorrow's show, of course, will be our full game preview for Florida. Then Friday, of course, like I told you guys, the prediction. But I really want to believe this is a football team for South Carolina that's going to come out and play its best football. I'm going to play inspired. Coming off the bye week, you're rested. You've had 2 weeks to get things figured out. You've had 2 weeks to get ready. Is this matchup as bad a matchup as the one that we just saw in College Station? I don't tend to think so. I truly don't tend to think so. I think it's a little bit better of a matchup. I just think top to bottom, A&M just had you. I mean, they had you, man. They had you. So, on one hand, I really want to believe this is a Gamecocks football team that's going to play their best football and give Florida all they can handle. On the other side of things, there are what the statistics tell you. And again, the game is played on a field. It is not played on a stat sheet, but the stats do help tell the story. And what the story says is that South Carolina cannot stop the run, and Florida runs for 240 yards per game. Also, the Gamecocks can't run the footballs. They've run for less than 100 yards in 5 of their last 7 games. Folks, those are the facts. Those are the stats. So if you look into those stats, hey, there's a lot of reasons to believe that Florida is going to win, and they might win. They might cover the 18.5. But again, I think there's just too much uncertainty on both sides of this thing to really, for me to have a lot of confidence picking one way or the other. Again, I could see South Carolina. I mean, you're coming off the bye week. You're at home. You're at night. You've had 2 weeks to get ready. You've had 2 weeks to get ready, guys. 2 weeks to get ready. Meanwhile, you got a Florida team that's beat up. I mean, turmoil doesn't even begin to describe what's going on in Gainesville, Florida. Turmoil, my friends. Turmoil. And so you have to think the Gamecocks are going to come out, have a decent chance to make this a ball game. And you've played Florida close the last couple of years, too. You've played Florida close. So, again, I will give my prediction on Friday. Am I leaning towards a Gator win? Yes. And I think we all are. I think that is kind of the reality right now. For those, I see a couple of comments. Savannah Webster says, I'm seeing Brown was announced, and I'm seeing Zeb could start. So what's the official word? The depth chart gives no answers, but I would assume Zeb would not be on the depth chart if he was out. Savannah, I'll tell you this, and I'll tell everybody here. I will be truly shocked. And fire Greg Atkins, I'm getting to your comments. I promise. I apologize. I'm just kind of doing my own rambling. We got a lot of comments to get into. I will tell you all this. I will be shocked if Zeb Noland even touches the field Saturday night. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. And, I mean, guys, you probably saw my comments from over the weekend. I don't think Zeb should play. I don't. I don't think there's any upside to playing him. The guy's coming off a freaking meniscus injury or meniscus surgery, whatever. I don't see any upside to playing Zeb Noland. Absolutely none. Absolutely no upside to playing Zeb Noland. Again, am I saying that Jason Brown's going to go out there and throw for 300 yards and throw 5 touchdowns and just transform the offense? I'm not saying that, but you know what you have in Zeb Noland. He's going to get killed back there. I mean, he's going to get killed back there if he keeps trotting out there. You know what you have in Zeb Noland. He's not going to play any football after this season. What's the point in playing him? I mean, truly, what is the point? What's the point? You got guys in Jason Brown and Colton Gauthier who are going to be here, who are the future of your program, at least more so than a guy like Zeb Noland. So, hey, again, I trust Shane Beamer. Play the best available guy. But when you factor all those things I just mentioned, and he's coming off of surgery, and I know Beamer loves gamesmanship like every other coach, so I'm not doubting that he's going to keep saying, oh, Zeb Noland might play, Zeb Noland might play. But, guys, realistically, if Zeb Noland trots on that field, I will be shocked. I will be utterly shocked. Utterly shocked. Truly. I will be truly shocked. So take that for what it's worth. I guess take my comments for what it's worth. Let's see. I'm seeing a lot of world champions, Braves. Yes, bravos. Bravos. World champions, folks. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk, huh? Who would have thunk? Brian Dean, Dan Mullen is on the hot seat at Florida. We had a text here. Actually, let me get to that real quick, too. We did have a text that says, it says, I know Florida's a mess, but do you feel we have a chance? I think anytime you're at home at night, you got a chance. Yeah, I think we have a chance. I mean, a lot of things we got to play really good football and win the turnover battle. And I mean, there's a lot of things that have to happen that we have not shown we can do this season. But do you have a chance? I mean, you've played Florida tough, I feel like, the last couple of years, man. Who knows? Turmoil has hit Gainesville, so who knows? Who knows? Brian Dean, yeah. 4 o'clock from Mizzou. 4 o'clock from Mizzou, yep. OVR, still can't believe the Braves won the World Series. Wish my pop was here to see it. Watching the Braves used to be our thing. Chop on. Let's go. Indeed. Also, guys, my apologies for just getting to this. If you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to the TDC Questions channel, to be sure that your questions are answered. Brack giving the middle finger to Tim Dorn here on a Wednesday. Love to see that, Brack. Thank you, Brack. Fire Greg Atkins says, I'm excited. Would love to see some improvements on the offense. Would like to see some mobility from the quarterbacks. Not asking them to move like Michael Jackson or anything, but at least move. Well, here's the thing, Fire Greg Atkins. Does Zeb Nolan give you any sort of mobility in your opinion? Because I would say no. At least Jason Brown gives you some of that. So I think you have to go with the guy that gives you some of that. You know what I mean? Eric Fryer says the $5 Nassau for this weekend's Game 5 on the over. Game 5 on the over, 5 on JB, more passing yards than 300, and 5 more on the Gamecocks to cover. Are you in, Chris? I just can't get over it. I cannot. I like Jason Brown, man, but over 300 passing yards, that's just really tough for me to. That's tough. If you're asking me right now to bet the over under on Jason Brown passing yards over under 300, I'm taking the under. I'm taking the under. I just don't think in any world this is a team built to throw for 300 yards. I just don't. John Kruger said outside of Kusnard and Keyshawn, this is a different looking team. Yeah, John, that's another reason why I waited to do the basketball season preview show, because I realized, getting back from Orlando, I sat down and was like, man, this is a whole new look team. So I was like, I want to take a step back, look at this roster, go check them out in the exhibition, and, just kind of see what we got. You know what I mean? So I'm actually very, very excited. I'm very excited for basketball. I really am. And again, this is selfishly, it's a really fun time of year for yours truly, because it's truly content bleeding out of the eyeballs, because we've got football, we got basketball. I mean, there's something to talk about every single day. So, I am very pumped to see what's going to happen this basketball season. Obviously, it's a tale of two different teams. You've got Dawn Staley's team that's looking to try to win a national title. You've got the men's team that is probably looking to try to fight to keep Frank Martin in Columbia. So, yeah, going to be a lot of fun, though, for sure. Brian Dean, Kevin Harris says he feels great. So that spells trouble for Florida. Bruntley Wright says if Brown doesn't start, we are just screwed. Again, I will be truly shocked. I'll be truly shocked if Zeb Nolan trots out there on Saturday. I'll be shocked. I will be shocked. Hey, the schedule posters are officially here for basketball. You can get yours at the exhibition on Thursday. Very good. Shane Beamer asked about who South Carolina will start at quarterback against Florida. Quote, I'm not naming a starter before Saturday. That will certainly appease to the Gamecocks faithful for sure. I'm sure everybody will have a rational reaction to that. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just gamesmanship. Shane Beamer's shown he's not going to show any cards he doesn't have to. He's not going to show any cards he doesn't have to at all. So at all. Let's see. David Garrett could be stupid not to take advantage of Jason years of throwing to EJ. I'm down. Again, I just want to see us score points. My guy. Jay Smith, vacation was awesome. Thank you for asking. It was a really good time. Really good time. Airbnb was incredible. Getting out to the theme parks was just awesome. Had a ton of fun, man. Let's see. Jeremy Smith, I'm excited to see ... Wait, what? I'm excited to see basketball. I'm excited for basketball season. Honestly, I really am. So, I mean, here's the thing, guys. Let me just put it to you this way. if you can't get excited for sports, what can you get excited about? I mean, I know people have other hobbies and all that, but like, if you're a Gamecock fan, like, I mean, you got to get excited for at least the start of the season. You know what I mean? You got to be at least excited for the start of the season. I don't know, man. I don't know. Justin Warren, what's up, my guy? The Bravos. I know you're having a good day. Eric Fryer's going out there right now making his prediction. 35-24 Gamecocks will beat Florida. Eric, love it, my friend. Love it. I love the confidence. I love the confidence. Brian Dean saying South Carolina 24, Florida 21. Hey, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Eric Fryer, UFQB1 Henderson out this Saturday, concussion protocol. Anybody else see this? I have not seen that. I have not seen that. I don't know who would have that report, but I have not seen that. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not seeing that. So if anybody else has got that report, you guys let me know, but I am not seeing that. Let's see. He's questionable. Okay. Well, he is questionable. He is questionable. He is questionable with a concussion. Okay. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. Gabriel Anderson says, surely to God, Brown can generate more than 6 yards of offense through 3 quarters. Well, I certainly hope so. If not, I wouldn't want him out there. OVR says, Florida's a mess right now. Dan Mullen's taking a lot of heat for his comments at the presser, hoping that throws them off on Saturday, and we steal one. I'd love to beat Florida, man. I'd love to beat Florida. Jeremy Smith, can I name my first child Frederick now? Noah Johns, what's up, my guy? Yeah, we're back. We're so back. Feels good to be back. OVR, I find it funny that Beamer thinks the opposing team cares who we start at quarterback. Florida looks at us like we used to look at Kentucky. OVR, it's just a football guy thing, man. The secrecy and gamesmanship, it's just a football thing, man. I don't know what else to tell you. Brack in the TDC Questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord says, Zeb can't play anymore. My Lord, I thought he died during the A&M game. Give the two that are going to be here the experience. What's the worst that can happen? I feel like people are holding their expectations on Jason Brown like they did for Zeb way too high. And then the next week, they'll act shocked when he doesn't throw for 300 or has a bad game. It's more than just the quarterback. It's the O-line and the receivers that are not great. Yeah. Now, Brack, well, I mean, that's just the culture of the backup quarterback. You know, the next guy is always the guy that's going to come in and light it up and be the savior, if you will. So, I love the optimism. I mean, I hope he comes out and does that, but I would say just keep expectations very realistic because, if the offensive line doesn't block, then it doesn't matter who's under center. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to be able to do anything if you can't block. Nobody will be able to do anything. Juan Love Kicks, what's up, my guy? What's going on? Travi, mind-boggling. Jaheim and EJ both don't get targeted at least 10 times a game. I want to see EJ Jenkins get the ball more, but hear me out for 2 seconds. Would EJ Jenkins get nearly the amount of hype and credit from fans if he wasn't 6'7"? If he was 6'2", would fans be up in arms saying that this guy's not getting enough touches, he needs to play more? I don't think so. Like, I think people just see 6'7", like, oh, he's got to be like an elite receiver. I just find it really hard to believe that we have some All-American on the bench and we're not playing him at all. Again, I'd like to see, hey, those reps that Dak Joyner are getting, sorry, give them to EJ. Why not? But there must be a reason EJ Jenkins is not playing. I mean, there has to be. Here's what And again, guys, I'm going to almost kind of come at myself too, because I talk football. I give opinions. I critique. I criticize. I've gone after coaches and coaches' decisions. But what's so funny to me is it's like, if fans know what's best for the football team, and if fans know who should be playing, and it's just like a no-brainer to fans, right? If fans are that smart, then why do we even have coaches in the first place? Why not just let the fans coach the team? I mean, because again, I'm going to critique, I'm going to criticize, and I agree at some points it becomes some things you feel like at least become very obvious. But it's just, it does make me kind of laugh. At some point, I'm just like, why don't we just let the fans call the plays? Like, why don't we just let fans decide who starts? Why don't we just run a poll every week and let fans vote on who should start? And we're not even going to have a coach. We don't even need a coach. We'll do it. I don't know, man. I mean, again, Will Muschamp earned the doubt he got from me and from others, right? He had gone to Florida and screwed them up. I just, innocent till proven guilty, I guess. Like, I'm going to give Shane Beamer the benefit of the doubt until he proves to me, okay, this guy has no clue what he's doing when it comes to the quarterback position or whatever, offense as a whole, whatever it is. But again, do I want to see E.J. Jenkins touch the football more? Absolutely I do. Absolutely. But I'm just like, I think there's probably a reason that he's not playing more. There has to be. They're not just sitting him on the bench to sit him on the bench. They're not. There's no way. There's just no freaking way. Brack says in the TDC Questions channel, until we get to a point where we can run the ball better and have some sort of balance, quarterback's going to have a hard time. I want to win and I want to have a good game, but people need to be realistic. Again, Brack, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. If you listen to anything I said in the preseason over the summer, it's not that difficult. If you can't run the ball, you're not going to win.
From Zachary.
All right, let's jump to the phone lines here. Zachary, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm great, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Appreciate you asking. What's up?
Yeah, first I want to say I'm glad you're back. Hope you had a really restful bye week and all that. And I'm glad that the Braves are World Series champions, by the way.
I appreciate that, man. Yes, I'm glad as well. So I think many of us, or many, especially like diehard Atlanta fans of all the Atlanta teams, didn't think they'd ever see the day. So, yeah, very, very cool, almost still kind of surreal in a way, but yeah, pretty awesome. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words, man. It was a good reset and recharge, and man, I'll tell you what, as much as the Carolina weather, I like South Carolina weather, that Florida weather's incredible, dude. Like mid-80s. We're in November, but no, it feels good to be back, man, for sure. It feels great to be back.
Yeah. So in getting into the Florida game, I think the mindset of Florida is definitely going to be a big deal. It's like, how are these guys operating? Are they like, let's just get through the season, or are they just like, or is Dan Mullen rallying the troops to like potentially save his job because it's getting to a point, it's kind of like Custer's last stand. Like, what are you doing now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this situation is very similar to when South Carolina beat Florida in 2014 and Will Muschamp lost his job. I mean, yeah, this is definitely one that, you know, will he be fired Sunday? I don't know. But if they lose to South Carolina, yeah, I think Dan Mullen his days will be numbered in Gainesville for sure. Because I mean, again, what's crazy? They sit 4-4, just like South Carolina. They sit at 4-4. So I mean, yeah, if they lose to the Gamecocks, it's I think Mullen's days in Gainesville are numbered for sure. So yeah, that's going to be a really intriguing part of this ball game is what type of energy and emotion does Florida come out? Because you know, if they come out flat, I think that's going to say a lot about, has he lost the locker room completely? Does the team still buy into Dan Mullen? Do they believe he's the long-term answer there as the head football coach? So, yeah, that's certainly a huge storyline going in this ball game.
Yeah, and I feel like if they come out flat, I feel like even you can say what you want about the team, you can say what you want about the offense, you can say what you want about the defense. This team has some fight in it. We saw it against Kentucky, even though they lost. they were still fighting. You saw it against ECU. You saw it against Troy. You've seen it. This team has fight in it. And if we can get it into a fourth quarter game and we can just score, it's like, even if the score is like 17-14, can this team fight to get over that hill? Because this team does have fight. Can it just finish? All it needs to do is it just needs to finish.
Yeah. I mean, I think this team will fight for sure. I think this team will fight. But, again, it comes down to execution and making plays. And Beamer was he was very adamant about it again yesterday. And I just, I talked about this on the podcast today. I think if people really read between the lines of what he's saying, he's very clear to point out that, hey, you know what? Coaching's got to be better, but we got to make plays. Like, we got to win one-on-one matchups. Players have to make plays. Coaches can call whatever. But players, and that's been very interesting to me. I don't think it's anybody throwing anybody under the bus, but I think these coaches have been very quick to defend themselves because I think they understand what the noise is that they can't coach. They're doing a disservice. They're doing a poor job. I mean, I'm reading right now, Marcus Satterfield asked about, if the scheme is too complex, and this is paraphrasing coming from Mike Yuva, but apparently Satterfield says there's nothing that we're doing that's too complex, especially in the run game. Says, I've coached at the FCS level. My dad has coached at the high school level. It's basic football. But what I'm asking them to do, maybe you're not wide zone team. Maybe you're a tight gap zone team. So they have been very openly like, hey, guys, our players are not good enough. That's what I take away from it all. And again, they can't just come out and say that, but I think they're very just openly like, hey, we can call whatever we want, but if players don't make plays, it don't mean jack shit if they can't make plays. I don't know. So I agree you got to adjust to your roster and your players, but it's been very, that's kind of a side note, I guess, but it's been very interesting and intriguing to me just how open and honest they've been if you really read between the lines about, hey, our roster's not very good. So.
Yeah, I've often been saying that I think execution is a problem because in the Eastern Carolina game, if like I said, Josh Vann doesn't fumble going across the goal line, if Dax Joyner doesn't fumble that ball on that third down play, if Zeb Nolan just hands it off instead of throwing it on that RPO, it's like most of this. I've mostly been complaining about the execution, and I have seen some terrible play calling. I'm not giving Satterfield a pass on that, but I'm saying I've also seen some execution problems as well.
Yeah, and I will tell you this too. By the way, going back to that comment, when you have 11 yards of offense through 3 quarters, that's on everybody. I'm not going to just pin it all on the players. You know what I mean? I've been critical of the roster all preseason, all season, but at some point you got to just take what you have and do your best to put guys in the best possible position to be successful. So when you have 11 yards of offense through 3 quarters, I'm not just going to pin that all on the players. I'm not going to. But it's everybody. Everything's got to be better. Play calling, coaching as a whole. But, yeah, certainly execution and players making plays, man. It's all got to be better. I mean, we make some really dumb mistakes. And I know fans, for example, they want to pin penalties and dumb mistakes on coaching. You really think they're coaching them to make dumb mistakes? I mean, I promise you they're not. I mean, what else can they do? What else can they do? You know what I mean? So players got to make plays.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Greg Atkins, no matter what you say about, I'm pretty sure he's not telling his O lineman to jump on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I mean, I promise you, they're not coaching offensive linemen to whiff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm not sitting here telling you that Greg Atkins doesn't need to be looking for a new job after the season because how bad the offensive line has been this year, it's hard to get over that. It really is. But I don't know, man. It falls on everybody, and certainly execution's a big part of it.
Yeah, and the last thing I want to say is, Chris, you're gonna have to get me off this list. I'm just not sold on Jason Brown. I'm not sold on it. I'm not saying Zeb has to start, but I'm also just not sold on Jason Brown. The guy barely got any offers out out of high school. And I'm not trying to be like this whole like elitist, didn't get any SEC offers. I'm not in that mindset. Play at St. Francis. Some of those guys can't even get offers from Vandy, and we're all hyping him up like he's the second coming. I'm like, it's back to what you were saying. Like, should we just give the players polls on? Give the fans polls on who should start? Because, like I said, I haven't been sold because the guy couldn't even beat out Zeb Nolan. Like they there has to be a reason why this coach said they didn't make him number 2. Like they saw it so far to bring in Zeb Nolan, who was just their coach. It's like, and that's really just the thing that's stuck with me this entire thing is like he couldn't beat out injured Luke Doty. They had to bring in Zeb Nolan, who was just their coach. It's like, is there something I'm missing? And it's like, I'm not trying to come for the guy. I'm not trying to bash the guy. He seems like a nice guy. It's just that it just feels like I'm missing something.
No, listen, I think your concerns are all very valid. I'm not really even going to try to talk you off the ledge because, when people try to insinuate that Jason Brown should be starting ahead of Luke Doty, I laughed in their face. I mean, again, I've met Jason. I like Jason. I'm glad he's a Gamecock. I think he's a good dude. But, you talk about, again, this isn't Pop Warner, man. It's not about being an elitist. It's about trying to win football games. And this is a business at this level. And, hey, there's a lot of guys getting paid a lot of money to make sure we win football games, and people lose their jobs and people lose their livelihoods. And, it's a business at this level. You know what I mean? It is a business at this level. So you're making business decisions, trying to recruit and play the best possible guys. So, hey, again, I'm glad Jason Brown's a Gamecock. But, yeah, when you boil it down to it, and I talked about this the second he signed. I talked about this after the spring game, talked about it all summer. St. Francis ain't the SEC. That's why I'm not one of those that's like, we should fire Shane Beamer because E.J. Jenkins didn't play him more. Well, no, maybe there's a reason E.J. Jenkins went to an FCS school. Maybe there's a reason Jason Brown went to an FCS school. Again, I'm not trying to hate on the guy either. And listen, I felt the wrath when I made the comments I made when Jalen Brooks signed with South Carolina, and I missed the mark in regards to that comment and should have understood why that would not go over well with Gamecock fans. But again, there's a reason. And I'm not saying guys can't be diamonds in the rough, they can't develop, whatever. But, yeah, certainly. And I want to see Jason Brown. I want to give him an opportunity. Why not? But, yeah, I think to expect he's going to go throw for 300 yards. And, for people to think we've got some all-SEC caliber guy sitting on the bench, a dude that started his career at an FCS school, I think that's just you are setting yourself up for massive failure to have those type of expectations. Here's what the expectations should be. If Jason Brown, if it's his game, he's going to start, hey, Jason, we need to run the ball, and you don't do anything stupid. Don't put it in harm's way. We're going to pick and choose our spots. We'll try to get some one-on-ones with EJ, your favorite target, whatever. But just don't do anything stupid. That's literally it. I think to expect him, again, to go throw for 300 and win the game that way, I just think that's way unrealistic. So again, I'm hopeful for Jason Brown. I'm pulling for him, obviously, but again, I just keep going back to, and this, it's not like baseball where, hey, a guy can go pitch it. Man, I played with guys at Newberry that got drafted. It doesn't matter if you go D2, D3, JUCO, NAIA, like there's studs all over the place. I just feel like football, man, and I know it happens every now and then. You see guys in the NFL, but in football, it's like you cannot even compare an SEC athlete to a Sun Belt athlete. Or you see what I'm saying? Like, it just, the levels do not equate the way they equate in other sports. So it's like, bro, St. Francis ain't the SEC. There's a reason you went there in the first place, So, hey, maybe he can use that as a chip on his shoulder. He did some nice things against A&M. And again, I think he's earned the opportunity to have some playing time. But, I think all of your concerns are valid with Jason Brown. Again, I'm hoping for the best. But are we in an ideal situation, having to start our effectively third-string quarterback? No, we're not. That's not an ideal situation to be in. So, and if we can't establish any semblance of a running game, asking Jason Brown to go through it 50 times I just don't think is a recipe for much success, in my opinion. And again, there's not much that tells you that we're going to have massive success offensively on Saturday, unfortunately. But hey, that's why they play the game. And all you can hope for is that Jason Brown's had 2 great weeks of practice, and he's going to come out of the bye week and play his best football. And like I said, play with that chip on his shoulder. Hey, I'm taking nothing away from the kid. He's got a good arm. He can do it. But I think it's very smart for fans to just keep those things I mentioned in mind and keep the expectations realistic for Jason Brown.
Yeah. All right, Chris. Thanks for taking my call.
Zachary, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call. Appreciate it. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, I'm not trying to slam the guy. I'm not trying to slam the guy. And I think Jason Brown should play. Like I told you guys, I don't see any upside of playing Zeb Noland. But I just keep going back to what I said since he signed. St. Francis ain't the SEC, bro. This is a different level. This is a completely – and guess what? We don't have the playmakers around him to help him the way – but you got to play him. You got to play him. I think you have to – either him or Colton Gauthier, you got to play him. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I am keeping the expectations realistic. But, again, played well in his limited time against Texas A&M. Was it against their best? I don't know. But he did show evasiveness. He seemed to give the team a bit of a spark. So, let's see. Adam Madison says, we obviously can't run it, so why not throw it? I mean, I agree with you to an extent. I agree with you. Here's what I think. If you can't run it, you need to have some extended handoffs, getting the ball outside, some screens, whatever it might be. Use your athletes. And Travi, I think, makes a really good point. Just exhaust all your options. We don't have jack shit to lose. You are correct, Travi. You are correct. Michael Sawyer, Zeb Noland helped write the playbook. Let's not talk like Zeb is garbage because that's beyond reality. Michael, I won't say he's garbage, but Zeb Noland's not very good. I mean, he's okay. He's all right. He's Colin Hill 2.0. I mean, if you want to crown him because he beat Vanderbilt for us and found a way in the second half to rebound and beat East Carolina, then so be it. But is he a quarterback you're going to go win the SEC with? I don't think so. I appreciate Zeb, though. I mean, God forbid, without Zeb, we wouldn't be at 4 wins. So thank God for Zeb Noland. Thank goodness for Zeb Noland. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your goals. Cody Collins says 38-17 Florida. So you got the over in this one. Got the over. Okay. Let's see. Forrest Batson. Sat says 2 quarterbacks are possible on Saturday. Nothing on which 2. Jason. EJ makes plays 90% of the time he's thrown to. Didn't drop the ball most importantly. He doesn't in games. I'd like to see him play more. I want to make that very clear. I want to see EJ Jenkins play more. I without a doubt. Daddy O says better ingredients are more important than a better chef. It's a very good way to put it. Justin Martin feels good to be a Braves fan. Yes, it does. One more time for the home team, for the home squad. How about it? And it feels so good to be back in studio. It truly does. It's just like you know, in life, you get you have those feelings like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is where I'm supposed to be. And that's my and that's called your dharma, your purpose, right? Your purpose, your dharma. My dharma is this: making content, being behind a mic, being behind a camera. Love it. Just love it, man. So it feels good to be back. Michael Saul, your thoughts on Jalen Brooks? Again, from people I've talked to, he will not play again this season. Personal issues. That's all I know, Michael. I'm not going to dive into any more specifics. Personal issues. So that's all I know. That's all I know. So it's unfortunate, but that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. OVR says Zeb Nolan isn't a starting quarterback, caliber quarterback in the SEC. I appreciate what he's done, but he's just not it. And I mean, again, thank God we had him. Thank goodness we had him. But yeah, I think you're probably right. Travis says, for the love of God, just get out of our own way. We don't know if we can be any good because we shoot ourselves in the ass left and right. Yeah, Travis, I'd just love to see us play a clean game. I'd love to see us play a clean game. For the, goodness gracious, just play a clean. Just get out of your own way. If Florida wants to make a mistake, let them. Just let them. Don't get in your own way. Let them make a mistake. Because Florida's shown they're a very imperfect team as well. They've got a slew of issues on that side. Let them make mistakes. And when they do, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Again, 843-790-3377. Guys, that's 843-790-3377. We are rocking. We are rolling here on a Wednesday, November the 3rd, 2021, guys. When we come back, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you guys know, collegefootballnews.com has dropped their official prediction for the Gamecocks game against Florida. I will read that off, give my full thoughts on that as well. Again, great day to have it. We're continuing to take your questions, your comments, your calls, and more. On the other side, you're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, your comments, your calls as well. You know, I was just thinking about how nice is it, Braves fans, that there isn't a Game 7 tonight. I think Atlanta – I'm not sure Atlanta fans could have handled there being a Game 7. I don't think fans could have handled it. Yeah, so Braves are World Series champions. Folks, again, I do want to remind you, we're going to be out tonight live at Tin Roof in the Vista. 5 to 7. We'll be at Tin Roof 5 to 7. Going to be a really good time because tonight, of course, guys, we're looking ahead of this weekend against the Florida Gators and the game, but we're also celebrating the Braves. We are celebrating the Braves for sure. Drinks will be flowing. Smoke them if you got them. Cigars will be lit tonight. Going to be a very, very good time and would love to see you out there. Also, guys, if you cannot be out there at Tin Roof in the Vista 5 to 7, we'll also be streaming it live, of course, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You guys know the drill. Let's see. Jay Rowland, is Jason Brown and Gauthier that bad they are willing to start a meniscus repair? Zeb, again, Jay, I'd be shocked if Zeb plays. I think it's all gamesmanship from Beamer. I think Beamer wants to keep Florida guessing, if you will, and so he's not going to announce who his starting quarterback is. But I wouldn't. I will be absolutely shocked if Zeb Nolan sees the field. I will be shocked personally. I'll be shocked. Let's see here. Yeah, play clean football. I agree. Chase says, I think Brown will do fine if the O-line can hold up. That goes for damn near every quarterback on our roster. Can the offensive line hold up and give them any sort of time to throw the ball? Any sort of time. Brian Dean, Coach Beamer needs that signature win to put his stamp on the program, and he gets it Saturday night over Florida. And it would be. What a statement win it would be, man. How the attitude of the Gamecock fan base would change if Carolina were to get that W. How the attitude of this fan base would completely shift if Carolina found a way to get the W. I mean, truly would be incredible. Be absolutely incredible. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. We do have a text here. Let's see. It says, regardless of what quarterback's in the game, we will struggle again if our offensive line can't play at least average and we can't run the ball. I feel like Florida isn't a good team, but we are worse. I'm going 27-13 Florida. We cover the spread with some good defensive plays, but can't keep up offensively. And again, I think that's a fair prediction. I think that's actually a fair prediction, unfortunately, because what has this team shown you offensively to this point that tells you we're going to score enough to win? Because I don't think you'll win 13-10 in this ball game. You're going to have to score some points. So, I don't know. Let's see. Dylan says, I don't think Zeb starts. Neither do I. All right. collegefootballnews.com, guys. College football news. And really quickly before I get into that, somebody asked, Daddy Yosef, if you had to guess today, what's the kickoff time for Carolina Clemson? I think it's going to be a night game. I really do. I think it's going to be a night game. All right, before we get into college ball news, we'll jump into the phone lines real quick.
Call from
Robbie Davis.
Here we go.
Tick.
Robbie, what's up, my friend? How are you?
I'm great. How was your vacation?
It was incredible, man. I appreciate you asking. It was a good time, good to detach and get away, and enjoyed the beautiful weather in Florida and had a blast. But like I said earlier, really excited to be back. Obviously, man, it feels good to be back in the studio and back on the grind, if you will. So how was your bye week, my friend?
It was good. God allowed me to wake up this week, so I'm happy about that.
If you woke up, you're winning, man. If you woke up, you're winning. Love the perspective.
But what I wanted to say is it safe to say that after the shellacking that we took 2 weeks ago against A&M, because our defense got absolutely murdered, okay? It was bad. Is it safe to say that in the game this week against Florida, that our defense needs to prove a point this week?
I mean, I'm sure they feel that way. Yeah, I mean, I really just, I'll be honest with you, man, though, I look back at that game, and as I said going into it, I really just thought it was a bad matchup across the board for us. A&M was
I
balanced.
did
They could
too.
run it. They could throw it. So is that who the defense is? I don't think so. But, yeah, I mean, certainly I think this defense definitely I think they do have a lot to prove. Yeah, especially to me, it's the defensive front that continues to, hey, they're supposed to be the part of your defense that carries the load, if you will, and they're supposed to be this elite group. And, we still can't stop the run, man. We just still cannot stop the run. And I don't know, I don't know if that falls back on linebacker play. I'm sure a lot of it does. Obviously, losing Sherrod Green early in the season killed you. But, I think this defense should and does have the attitude, or they have something to prove every single time out. Because, hey, if the defense goes to crap the last month of the season, ain't nobody going to remember what Jalen Foster did or the positive games they had. They're going to remember how you finish. So, yeah, they need to finish strong. And, I think this is a group that definitely has something to prove in this last month of the season.
And I'm kind of iffy. Obviously, Jason Brown's going to start Saturday.
Right.
I mean, that's a given.
I think so as well. I think so as well. Yeah.
Doty's done for the year, and Zeb got absolutely crushed against A&M.
Yeah. I would, like I said, I'd be shocked if Zeb Nolan takes the field Saturday. I'd just be totally shocked.
I would probably have a conniption if he was a starter.
Yeah, I'll be completely shocked.
I think we need to come into this game with the mindset of, okay, we're going to focus on this game and this game only. Like I've told you in the off season, we need to just take it one game at a time, have a 24-hour mentality, which has been more than 24 hours, obviously. But we're going to have a 24-hour mentality where we sulk for 24 hours, and after 24 hours is up, you get ready for the next one. And we need to come into this game against Florida, and we cannot shoot ourselves in the foot. We cannot. We're not talented enough to shoot ourselves in the foot and then fix it. We can't do that.
Well, and most teams aren't. That good teams don't do that to begin with. So, right. You're not going to have a lot of, but especially when you're, if Georgia shot themselves in the foot against Florida, yeah, like you mentioned, they're good enough to overcome it. I mean, we're an 18.5-point underdog. So we already need to play a clean, damn near perfect game,
Yeah. We're due for a clean game, for crying out loud.
Certainly feels that way. I would tend to agree with you because it certainly feels that way. Certainly feels that way.
And it's like, I was honestly, part of me kind of sort of thought while watching the Florida-Georgia game last week, I was like, this could be either a really good game or it could get ugly. And it got ugly quick.
Yeah.
And here's what scares me about us playing in Florida. Obviously, we're playing in Williams-Brice, so we obviously got home field advantage, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But Florida's going to come into this game ticked off that they didn't play well against Georgia. But also, on the other hand, Georgia's playing lights out on the defensive side of the ball. There ain't no sense in lying about it. They're playing lights out.
Yeah, I mean, the best defense in all of college football and one of the best we've seen in the last decade. So, yeah.
So we need to play better. We need to our offensive line is just putrid. It's awful.
Mm.
Like I told you before, I've seen high school offensive lines play better than what I've seen us do this year. Okay? And it's sad that we're a D1 football team and our offensive line can't block a ghost if they wanted to. Okay? And it's crazy, but it's the truth.
No, it's a very fair point. No, we can't block anybody. And again, I just, coming out of the bye week, you hope you play your best football, but what indicates to people that, we'll be able to run the ball? You know what I mean? At this point, I almost have to see it before I can believe it.
I've looked at it this way throughout the season. We've got the thoroughbreds. We just don't have the bulldozers to make the lanes for them to run through.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And if the thoroughbreds can't go nowhere, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the best running back in the world, but if they don't have a hole to run through, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
But I'm excited for Saturday night, obviously, because I love football.
Yeah, dude,
And
night game at Willie B, man. I mean, it's like I know people get tired of Beamer saying it, but I mean, if you can't get fired up for that, I mean, God, it's so I
love night games at Williams-Brice. They're awesome.
Yeah, I guess I just don't understand the thought process of some fans where it's like, I mean, God, you spend all these months counting it down and clamoring for football, and it's like, man, you got 3 more home games and you act like you want the season to be over already. I don't know, man. Even if the team's terrible, hey, we get to wake up with an excuse to go to the tailgate and go to the stadium. I mean, that to me is, I guess, I don't know. That to me is enough.
Right.
That to me is enough at this point. So, especially after last year, I don't know how anybody can take it for granted after last season.
I don't take anything for granted.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. Hey, Robbie, I appreciate the call as always, my friend. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Have a good
Great stuff. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. We got your questions, your comments, everything else here on a Wednesday, November the 3rd, 2021. Brack says on the TDC Questions channel, I'm so sick of being an adult. All I wanted to do was watch the Daily Crow for the first time in a week and do my work. But no, now I'm in a meeting. That has nothing to do with me. Brack, I hear you, man. I hear you. I appreciate you, Brack. Truly appreciate the love and support, my friend. Joe Anders says, Gamecocks 23, Florida 20. Again, I love the energy. Rhett Godbowl, you people think that Carolina's going to beat Florida Saturday. What has Carolina shown us offensively that makes you think we'll beat the Gators? 37-13. Gators. TJ Horde says 34-10 Gators. Coach Ford says, I'm anxious to see how Beamer will talk down to us following this week's game. Jeez. Kane Moore says, I don't know if anyone's seen Beamer's last presser, but his reaction when asked about recruiting was priceless. Laughed directly at the fact that Dan Mullen said, we'll get there when recruiting season comes. Moron. Yeah, that was not a smart comment from Dan Mullen for sure. Would love to see a clean game. I agree. Victoria Lynn Kelly, how about the Bravos? Yep, World Series champions. Bryant Hughes, did Jalen Foster do something and get in trouble, or is it a family issue? I think you're talking about Jalen Brooks. And again, guys, all I know, it's a personal issue, and that's all I know. That's all I know. So, personal issue. That's it. So, Dylan Hodge says, do we fire Satterfield in his first year? Or he says it's his first year. That's a great question. I don't know if we do or not. I truly don't know. Because if they really believe in their heart of hearts that it's personnel, I don't know that we do. To be totally honest with you. So, would it kill me if they wanted to bring Satterfield back for another year? It wouldn't. And if the offense is still bad next year, then you make the change. I'll tell you this. If Beamer's got a guy in mind and he's out there, then go ahead and make the change. Like, I have no issue with it either way. If you want to get rid of him after this season, so be it. Totally fine. Obviously, the offense hasn't been good, but again, like I told you guys, you cannot, in my opinion, you can't put it all on play calling. It's not all on play calling. What about execution? What about players making plays? And again, Shane Beamer and this entire staff, I feel like, has been very open about, hey, guys aren't winning one-on-one matchups. Guys aren't executing their assignments in the run game. I mean, if you read between the lines, guys, they have been very open and honest about the shortcomings of the guys on the field who they are barking the calls at, too. So, Bad Brad 757 in the TDC Questions channel says, I'd be pissed if Nolan got the start this weekend, to be honest. Hoping to see Brown or even Gauthier get the start. Doubt there's a chance Gauthier would start. Hoping if Brown does get the nod, he has a great game, so we don't need to see Gauthier. Also wouldn't mind, on the other hand, to see Gauthier play. Yeah, Bad Brad, just try to find a guy that gives you a good chance to win. I don't know. I don't even know at this point. Dylan Hodge says, do you think the transfer portal will help us a lot next year? I think we would be very wise to take advantage of it. I think going to get a quarterback out of the portal would be a fantastic idea, personally. Kane Moore, can we please throw more crossers and fades to EJ in the red zone? Please at least win if we get in the situation. You know, it's funny, man. It feels like how often have we had the opportunity this season to throw a fade route in the red zone? Like, I feel like the red zone is like a foreign land to us. Like, we have barely been in the red zone at all. So, I mean, I'd love to see it too. We got to get to the red zone first. Like we got to actually get in the red zone, right? We got to get in the red zone. So, I don't know, man. I mean, I'd love to see that, but we got to get down to the red zone first. Let's see. All right. CollegeFootballNews.com, guys. CollegeFootballNews.com. Their official prediction is out for the Gamecocks game against Florida this weekend. South going to take it on the Florida Gators. Of course, you guys know the drill. Pete Fuchak and his crew do a fantastic job. They list why Florida will win, why South Carolina will win, and then what is going to happen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hear what collegefootballnews.com has to say. All right, starting with why Florida will win. They say the Florida run defense should get a bit of a break. The Gators were blasted by an LSU running game that's done absolutely nothing against anyone else. Georgia was also able to pound away, and while there haven't been that many issues overall for the Florida run D, the 5 rushing touchdowns allowed in the last 2 games haven't been a plus. South Carolina has a terrific group of running backs that just can't get going. There are plenty of positives in Shane Beamer's first year, but getting the ground attack going has been an issue. It's failed to get to 100 yards in 5 of the last 7 games. On the flip side, South Carolina's defensive front has allowed 230 rushing yards or more in 3 of the last 5 games and is 0-4 when giving up at least 184 yards. On that note, Florida averages 243 rushing yards per game. Why South Carolina will win? Again, this is coming from collegefootballnews.com. They say just how busted up and demoralized is Florida. Everyone is saying all the right things, but the Gators are 4-4, just like South Carolina. Florida has lost 3 of its last 4 games and 4 of the last 6, and the last thing it can afford in a game like this is an unfocused effort considering their massive turnover issues. There's been at least 1 in every game, but the problem was manageable. Over the last 3 games, though, the 2 to Vanderbilt didn't matter, the 4 against LSU were a killer, and the 3 against Georgia made a bad situation worse. South Carolina also has a massive giveaway problem, but the D has been great this year. At least it was great over the first part of the season at taking the ball away. Being a +2 in this would make it interesting, of course, referencing the turnover margin. All right, collegeballnews.com. What is going to happen? This is what they say. South Carolina, this is the first sentence. What's going to happen? collegeballnews.com. South Carolina just doesn't have the guys to get this done. The want to is there, and the 4 wins so far have been great, but the best win so far was against ... Troy, East Carolina. The Gamecocks will come up with the takeaways and keep this from getting out of hand early, but the Gators will sharpen up, get the O going, and we'll go on 2 good second-half scoring drives to take over the tempo of this game. CollegeFootballNews.com and Pete Fuchak, their final score prediction, Florida 38, South Carolina 16. I think it's a very, very, very fair prediction. If you want my honest opinion, I think that's very fair. Again, of course, I'm not locked in on anything. I have not made a prediction yet for this game. That will happen on Friday, but I think that's a very fair prediction. Again, they make it very clear. The first sentence, South Carolina just doesn't have the guys to get this done. And again, guys, it ain't about X's and O's. It's about Jimmys and Joes. So, again, I think we've got the players to make this interesting, certainly. But does South going to have the players to beat Florida? I don't know. We're going to need help. We're going to need help from Florida themselves. What type of effort and energy does Florida come out with? They're in turmoil. Dan Mullen, what's going on with him? It'll be interesting. That's certainly a big storyline to follow in this football game. So, Coach Ford says, you must have missed Shane telling us fans what we owe to the players, packing Willie B, how it's the least we can do. Someone needs to show him the last head coach that ran this O and talked smack to the fans. He's not an analyst at Georgia. Coach Ford, again, though, do you want him to say, hey, don't come. It's not a big deal if you guys show up or not. Of course he's going to say he wants the fans to come out. Of course he is. Of course he is. Of course he is. Again, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Again, I know Coach Ford will probably be irate at this comment when Marcus Satterfield says, there's nothing that we're doing, especially from a run game standpoint, that's too complex. I think we just got to keep plugging away, keep working, and eventually it will click. Again, I thought the really interesting comment from Satterfield, because all I've heard from people, and Coach Ford said he did not say that he said it's the least we can do. We owe it to them. Well, to the players who are busting their asses each and every single day at practice, Coach Ford, okay, I hear what he's saying. I get it. I get what he's saying. So, Coach Ford, are you a Gamecock fan or are you not? I don't know. I'm not telling you got to come. Coach Ford, I don't give a damn if you step foot in Willie B ever again. Doesn't matter to me because I'm going to go either way. I guess it doesn't bother me, Shane Beamer telling fans to come out. That doesn't bother me. I'd be more worried if he was telling people not to come, I guess. I don't know. Again, I'm not telling you don't demand more, and I guess my perspective and viewpoint's just completely different because I do what I do for a living, but his comments didn't bother me. Again, I know Coach Ford will love this comment when Satterfield, again, this is paraphrasing from Mike Yuva, but Marcus Satterfield saying, there's nothing we're doing that's too complex, especially in the run game. I've coached at the FCS level. My dad has coached at the high school level. It's basic football. But what I'm asking them to do, maybe you're not wide zone team. Maybe you're a tight gap zone team. So what that says to me is he's saying that, nah, what we're doing ain't complex. Our guys just aren't very good. Again, read between the lines with that as you want. Luke RJ, the Braves are champions. Where has Tim Dorn been today? Because all he told us last week was the Stros were going to sweep and the Braves were going to blow it. They were going to choke. Where's Tim Dorn at? We need a Tim Dorn sighting today. I'll be very disappointed if Tim Dorn hides his face today. I'll be very disappointed in Tim Dorn. Because I don't give a damn if you want to talk shit, but own it. Own it. Cody Collins, thinking about this time last year, I have no complaints except the head scratcher in the run game. No, listen, I hear you. I just, again, I'll tell you this. if this team finishes 5-7, let's say this team finishes 5-7. Let's say they beat Mizzou. Are people going to be irate over a 5-7 finish in year one of Shane Beamer? Again, because it's like, okay, you're moving the goalposts now in a way, because I think over the summer, people said that would be okay. That 5-7 would be, that's a fine first year. No big deal. And I understand the way it's happening. It's funny. If South Carolina was 4-4 right now, but averaging 40 points per game, but the defense was just terrible, I don't think people would be nearly as upset as what's going on right now. So, yeah, Luke RJ, the Solaire bomb, that was God, that ball was smashed. Coach Ford said it's not the wins and losses, it's the way we look and the likely future. So you're getting upset at a reality that has not even happened yet. That seems very counterproductive, my friend, and I would not encourage that to anyone else. What's happened has happened. The future hasn't happened yet. All you got's right now. And right now you're 4-4. So, you're only one game off the pace at which I predict you to be at this point in the season. No matter how it's happened, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, you kind of just are what you are. And I'll tell you this even too. I'll go a step further. I've got a clip I'm going to post here shortly on social media, because I think what's interesting, and I see this a lot from people, and it's very popular to die on this hill. And you know what? What we'll do is this. We'll do this. I'll pose this question, and I'll pose this topic to you all, and then we'll take a break, and we'll come back, and we'll discuss it. But I think what the default for Gamecock fans right now is we've regressed. We've just gotten worse. We've gotten worse this year. We've regressed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I pose this question to you all, though. When you look at this season, truly, you go back to the beginning of the season from week 1, okay? And you look from then to now. Has this football team really regressed? Or has this team just been who it is the entire year? Because on one hand, yes, I see the 1-point win over Vandy, a game you probably should have lost. I see the A&M game and, 11 whatever yards in the third quarter. I see it, right? I understand it. I get it. I get those realities. But we're talking about a team that couldn't run the ball against EIU, who shouldn't even have a team. We're talking about a team that needed a last-second field goal to beat East Carolina, a team that, against East Carolina, only scored one offensive touchdown, scored only one offensive touchdown against Kentucky, scored only one offensive touchdown against Troy. So has this team really regressed, or has it just been what it is all year? We'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Truly, do you feel this team's regressed? Do you feel this team's gotten worse? Or are they just who they are? Are they just who they are? Again, guys, questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3375. I'll have more thoughts on that when we come back. I do want to continue to hear from you. Again, 843-790-3377. You can call that number. You can text that number. You can leave your questions in the chat as well. Folks, great day to have a day here on a Wednesday. We'll be right back taking your questions, your comments, your calls. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Want to continue to hear from you guys. Again, we have our last 35 minutes or so here on a Wednesday, November the 3rd, 2021. Quick reminder also, tonight we are live at Tin Roof in the Vista, 5 to 7. We'll be out there. Would love to have you guys come out. 50-cent wings, $3 drafts. Going to be a really, really fun time tonight in the city. Would love to see you out there. If you cannot be out there, we will stream it live here, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You guys already know the drill. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a really, really good time, and I look forward to seeing a bunch of great Gamecocks out there as well as, of course, we will break down the Florida game as well as celebrate the Braves' big dub last night. World Series champions. Who would have thought? Who would have thought it was possible? Who would have thought? I want to show you guys this little toy, by the way. Ooh, a game changer for TSUS. Hope you guys are ready to be interviewed at the tailgate. We have got the audio device. Very excited to rock with this thing. Wanted to invest in this equipment. So you see yours truly walking around the tailgate, putting this in your face. Just know. New content coming soon. New content coming soon. Let's see. By the way, just a side note, no surprise, but Dawn Staley's squad, USA Today Women's Basketball Coaches Poll is out. South Carolina is ranked number 1. UConn and Stanford tied for second. I didn't know you could tie. NC State at 4, Maryland at 5. The Gamecocks are number 1. Gamecocks are number 1. OVR says, we've stayed the same all year. I can't really say if we've been better or worse than expected. So far, the Kentucky game is the one that sticks out. No excuse to lose a close one, forcing 3 turnovers at home. Totally understand that and don't disagree. UGA Go Dogs says, go Gamecocks, beat Florida. Yeah, I'm sure you're pulling for South Carolina this weekend for sure. Tommy Wallace says, if Jason Brown starts a quarterback, what does success look like? Does he get the ball out quicker? His accuracy may not be as great, but we know he will throw it down the field without hesitation. Wide receivers got to like the opportunity. Your thoughts? Yeah, again, at this point, man, why not force it down the field? Especially if you can't run the football. What other choice do you have? What other choice do you have, if you cannot run the football? So what does success look like? As long as Jason plays a clean game and doesn't turn the football over, I won't be upset with his play. And I'm not expecting a ton. And I don't say that disrespectfully. I just think that, I don't think it's fair to, assuming the kid gets the start, I don't think it's fair to, put it on him that, he better throw for 300 yards or, it's a bad performance. It's like, as long as he doesn't turn the football over, he's smart with the football. I have no issues with his play there. So Eric Fryer says, you start out throwing it, the run game will open up, just my humble opinion. Hey, I'm down with that. Do whatever you got to do to get the run game going because you certainly need it. You certainly need it. Because obviously just lining up and running it, that's not working. Luke RJ says, how was the vacation? What all did you do? Guess you didn't get a free ticket to Georgia, Florida. No, I didn't get a free ticket to the Georgia, Florida game. My buddy never texted me back, and I was like, I'm not going to pester him anyways. And I was in Orlando, and it was like a 2-hour drive up there. I went to the theme parks. Also went out on the boat on Sunday. Had a couple of friends down there that was able to hang out with them. But, spent a lot of time at Universal Studios and then went to Disney World on Monday, went to Epcot. So had a really, really good time, man. Had a really, really good time. And, again, appreciate you guys, your love and support. Without you guys, things like that, enjoying the bye week in that way, being able to go on any sort of vacation wouldn't even be possible. So, again, thank you all so much for the continued love and support. UJ Go Dogs says, do you guys like your new head coach, Frank Beamer? UJ Go Dogs, by the way, maybe tap the caps button, my guy. I don't know why. There is no need to yell, my guy. There is no need to yell. Again, guys, in case you missed it, Shane Beamer coming out today saying that he will not name a starter before Saturday. Says he will not name a starter before Saturday. So take it for what it's worth. Take it for what it's worth. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. Let's see. UJ Godot says, it's Shane, my bad again. You're good, my guy. You're good. You're good. Like I said, guys, collegefootballnews.com has the Gators, picking the Gators to win 38-16. You know, it's been interesting to see kind of the overall temperature of the fan base coming out of the bye week, because I think there are some that are really excited. And again, perspective, guys, whatever. And Carolina may get killed this week. I don't know. Maybe they will. I'm just excited to have 3 home games in the month of November. I mean, hey, we got 3 home games, right? We got 3 home games. I'm looking forward to that personally. Looking forward to getting back inside Willie B. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the tailgate. The TSUS tailgate Saturday is going to be awesome. Busch lattes will be deleted for sure. Going to be a good time. Just on that quick note, by the way, guys, we'll be at Seawells, spots 93 to 96, which is basically spots 93 to 100 because my buddy John is in spots 98 to 100. But we'll be out there. Kickoffs at 7:30, so my crew guys will probably be out there 12:30, 1 o'clock. They don't mess around, and they get out there early. So if you're looking to tailgate early, we'll be out there early. Going to be a really, really good time out at Seawells. Highly suggest you come out there. Highly suggest. Daddy O says, at this point, what the hell, why not just air it out? I'd rather lose at least trying to force some plays downfield versus 1 yard in a cloud of dust. I don't disagree. Hey, I don't disagree. Give guys on the outside opportunities to make plays. That's it. Let's see. Luke RJ, to answer your question for the break, our offense has always been bad since the first game. We're just playing better teams, so it looks a lot worse. Indeed. Aaron Thompson says, what does the TSUS tailgate consist of? A lot of booze and a good time. I mean, Aaron, it's open to everyone. Come on out, open to everyone. Just your normal standard tailgate. A lot of booze, great company, great people, TVs. We have food most of the time. So it's a good time, and I highly suggest it, Aaron. I highly suggest it. It is a very good time. Tommy Wallace, what's our chances of blocking Florida's defensive line long enough to get the ball out? Are they as good as the most SEC teams we have played? I mean, it's Florida. They got athletes. There's no question they have athletes. We haven't been able to block anybody. So does it really matter what Florida's got up front? If we don't do our jobs, it's going to be a very, very, very long night. It's going to be a very long night. So the Gamecocks got to do their jobs because you haven't been able to block anybody. So again, guys, 843-790-3377. Kane Moore says, where are you going to be setting up camp before the Clemson game? Coming from Tennessee for that one, and would love to meet you and get some autographed merch. Kane, I appreciate the love, man. We will be at Seawells every single home game. So we've been there all year. We will be there at Seawells for the Clemson game as well. Again, it's right across the street from the Rocket and the Fairgrounds, right down the road from Jay's Corner. You cannot miss it. So, Zachary Barker, come on out. Going to be a good time. Brandon Gaines says, just play some freshmen. We have nothing to lose. I mean, play guys that give you the best chance to win. That's all I'll say. But, yeah, if you got some young guys that deserve the opportunity, why not? Also, it looks like, hey, there is college football tonight with, Maction? Is tonight Maction? Kent State, Northern Illinois, and Western Michigan, Central Michigan. See, this is the fun time of year, right? With the Tuesday night, Wednesday night, you got football games on. So really, really fun stuff. Really fun stuff. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Like I told you guys, we will be out tonight. Tin Roof going to be a really, really good time. Tin Roof, that show out there, has really just turned into like a big party. And that will most certainly be the case tonight. With the Braves winning the World Series, yeah, we're going to have ourselves a damn good time tonight. Might smoke a cigar on the patio after the live show is over. Going to be a lot of fun. Adam Ritter says, Panic Ritter is back for the ladies' game on Tuesday and all of men's basketball. Panic Ritter. Hey, Ritter, you know, I'd expect nothing less from you, Ritter. I'd expect nothing less. Ritter, are you at any football games? Do you go to any football games, Ritter? I'd love to have Panic Ritter at the TSUS tailgate. Come by Seawells, man. Would love to have Panic Ritter out there. Let's see. Cody Gaskins commented in the TDC Questions channel, Big Game Boomer, the guy that makes all the polls or whatever, he ranked the top 20 best and worst college football offenses, and the Gamecocks falling at the 8th worst in his rankings. Right behind them at 9th is the Clemson Tigers. So that game in November, man, who knows? Who knows what that game's going to be like? Might end up being a 10-6 final. Who knows? Let's see. Again, guys, questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. It does feel good to be back. It really does, man. We had a fantastic time on vacation. It was a great time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. But again, it was weird, man. It's just like I was itching. I was itching to get back. Man. I love it. I love it. I'm truly passionate about it, making content. You know, when you think about it, man, if you looked at like the entire year of 2021, how many Daily Crows we've done, how many days we did and did not do it, it gets to a point where like it's weird if you don't have the Daily Crow. It's weird if I'm not making content or putting on a podcast. So it was nice to attach, certainly. It was nice to get away, and, you know, Florida was a blast and the theme parks were great. And I really had a really good time, but very, very happy to be back and chatting with you all and getting ready for kickoff this Saturday as the Gamecocks take on Florida. John Gibbs, what's up, my friend? He says if we can beat Florida or Auburn, I think we will get Clem Sucks this year. That would be, I mean, winning either of those games would be incredible. Quick side note, is anyone planning on going to the Gamecocks men's basketball exhibition tomorrow night? Is anybody planning on going? I'm just curious. Is anyone planning on going to that? Because I am planning on being in the building. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments. By the way, guys, in case you missed it, next weekend for the Missouri game, we will be at the Carolina Ale House location in Fort Mill, South Carolina. We'll be at the Carolina Ale House location in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Kickoff, of course, at 4 o'clock. Doors will open at 11. Yours truly planning on getting out there around, 2:30, something like that. But, yeah, we'll be at the Carolina Ale House location next weekend at Fort Mill. Really excited for that one. Obviously, there's a ton of great Gamecocks in that area, of course, being so close to Charlotte, North Carolina. So, again, would love to have you guys come out. Going to be a really, really, really good time. Brandon Gaines says, any football recruiting news? Nothing really new to report that I've seen. Yeah. So. Nothing new that I've seen, my friend. Nothing new that I've seen. Zach Snow says, can't wait for Saturday. Would love to come to Seawells and meet you. I'm feeling optimistic we can beat Florida, but who knows? The O-line's got to be better. Yeah, definitely come out, man. Hey, either way, win or lose, we booze. Win or lose, we booze. Coach Ford says beat Florida Auburn. What the hell? I don't know, Coach Ford. Sometimes it's fun to just have crazy predictions and expectations. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, my friend. Kane Moore says it'd be nice to at least squeeze that Mizzou game out before taking on Clemson. At least we get the W before then. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly the two you look at, I think, going to the rest of this season. Mizzou and Clemson, by far the two most winnable games remaining. And certainly, dude, I'm really honestly surprised how bad Missouri is. I'm surprised. I mean, I didn't think they were going to be great by any means, but I think I picked them in the preseason to go 8-4. I mean, they're 4-4 right now, so yeah, they'd have to go undefeated to hit that. They certainly won't. They got Georgia this weekend; they're going to get crushed. Then they got us, Florida, and Arkansas. So, I mean, they might not even make a bowl game. You know, they might not even make a bowl game. So, I don't know. I'm really surprised how bad they are. I don't know. I thought year 2 of Drinkwitz, I thought they'd be much better. Let's see. Coach Ford says, do we have to get to 6 to get a bowl? If we get one at 5 and 7, we should turn it down and spend time recruiting and looking for an offensive coordinator. Oh, God. Coach Ford with this slapdick comment of all slapdick comments. I just the people that say that we should turn down a bowl game if we get one at 5 and 7. Bro, like, who are you trying to be a hardo for? No, if we get a bowl game, we should go. Extra practices, another opportunity to compete and go play in a game. Why wouldn't you want that? I just, hey, you can do all the things you mentioned, the recruiting, and if you want to get a new OC, you can do all those things, still go into a bowl game. Like, let go of the pride, let go of the ego. If you get a bowl game, awesome. You should go. Period. End of discussion. That's it. There's no back and forth. There's no debate here. There's no banter. You get a bowl game, you should go. Period. Coach Ford, you're a fan of the University of South Carolina. You have not went to enough bowl games to turn them down. You have not. Hell, the early signing period is long before, or before a bowl game would even happen. No, you don't turn down a bowl game if you're the Gamecocks. You certainly – this program is nowhere near the point of turning down bowl games. Nah. Dude, we were about to go to a bowl game last year at 2-8. So you really think the Gamecocks are going to turn down one at 5 and 7? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I don't think so. Luke RJ says Jason Brown and EJ Jenkins breakout game. Maybe they connect on like 6 or 7 passes and a couple of touchdowns this game. It's always exciting to see a different quarterback play. That's what I am excited about. Yeah, I mean, Luke, it's because it gives you hope. It gives you hope that maybe this new guy can be the spark. You know what I mean? Maybe he can be the spark. So, Brandon Gaines, what are the chances the offensive line coach come back next season? Again, that is a question I don't have the answer to, Brandon. Would I make the move? As I said after A&M, would I be upset if Greg Atkins was looking for a new job? Hey, right now, I wouldn't be upset at all. But what are the chances of it? What's the percentage? It's hard for me to give you a percentage. You know, I'm not texting Shane Beamer right now, and he's telling me, oh, yeah, you know, this. Like, nobody knows, right? I think it's safe to say now, though, no changes will be made until after the season, which I'm totally fine with. I don't have any issues with if there are changes made. But we'll see. Coach Ford says, I would hope they would not offer a sub-500 team in a non-COVID year. I mean, I don't know even that they would, Coach Ford. They might not. They might not, you know. They might not. But I mean, if they do, again, you take it. Yeah, you take it. I think you detach from the ego. Don't let your pride get in the way of South Carolina gets to go to a bowl game. I mean, did Steve Spurrier really spoil this fan base to the point where you just truly have forgotten your roots? I mean, you go to a bowl game. A bowl game at the University of South Carolina is not historically, traditionally a given. So you go when you can. You go. Absolutely you go. Michael Samuel says, how many changes did we make to the O-line this season? Did we stick with the same starters every game? Well, Dylan Wana's been out recently, which hurts. There's been some shuffling for sure, but, I don't know, man. Everybody that's gone in there hadn't done the job. So, Ryan Cawthon, if Brown goes 2-2 the rest of the way, does Beamer still look at quarterbacks in the portal after the season? If there's a guy in the portal that can come in and challenge for the job and be the best available option, then yeah. And so I think the answer is yes. Yes. Yes, I do. If you can add a player that can come compete and push Jason Brown, yeah, why wouldn't you do it? You're trying to improve your roster as much as you can. Why not? Why wouldn't you do it? Twan Love Kick says, after looking at the Texas A&M game, I think Beamer is in over his head. My honest opinion, but we'll see. Hey, maybe you'll be right, Twan Love Kicks. Maybe you will be right. You might be right. Not a conclusion I'm willing to come to after 8 weeks or 8 games, but maybe you'll be right. I just feel like that's the default thing to go to. Oh, you got blown out? Beamer's in over his head. Beamer shouldn't have gotten the job. I don't know, man. Again, maybe you'll be right. Maybe we'll get to year 3 or 4 or 5, and it'll be very obvious that Shane Beamer can't coach at this level. He can't win at this level, and we made a mistake hiring him, and all that welcome home and good vibes and all that, it'll prove to be for naught. But I think it's just too early to tell. I think it's way too early to tell. Kane Moore says, Braden Davis will be our guy. In my personal opinion, looks absolutely stout. I could be wrong, but I really think he's going to come in and make some magic happen. Love to see it. Would love to see it. Jeff Gullidge, how active do you think we will or should be in the portal this year? I mean, again, if you can go get good players, I'd be very active. Michael Samuel says, would you take Spencer Rattler from the transfer portal? Some fans are against it. I would. Yeah. Hey, you hired Beamer to welcome home and get everybody on the same page, and why can't he do that with Rattler? Because you can say whatever you want about the kid. Rattler is by far more talented. By far more talented than anybody on our roster. UU Cordell says, acting like South Carolina didn't get blown out by A&M last year. Yeah, again, like I said, the commentary on Shane Beamer is fair. It's fair. It's fair. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not fair. But we're just not going to know. We're not going to know. I mean, so again, your opinion might be right. I told you guys when Shane Beamer was hired, it was a huge risk. Right? It might blow up in South Carolina's face, but you're not going to know after year 1. You're not going to know after year 1. No way. You got to let it play out, man. You got to let it play out and hope and trust and believe that it is going to work out. What other choice do you have? People tell me, oh, you're getting soft. Because I don't want to fire the coach in year 1, because I'm not calling for heads in year 1, whether it be the head coach, the OC, the DC, the O-line. I mean, it's year 1, man. It's just year 1. It's year 1. Calling for people's heads in year 1 is crazy to me. It's crazy in a way. I'm not saying don't hold them accountable, but literally calling people to be fired 8 games into a season. I mean, if we were 1-7, it'd be different. But we're 4-4. At least let the season come to an end, and then you say, well, what changes need to be made? Hey, if Shaver wants to get rid of Satterfield, fine with me. Whatever. Fine with me. Offense definitely has to be better. There's no question. It's got to be better. let's see. According to Washington, we see better defenses than what Rattler sees in the Big 12. I mean, I understand. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that at all. My point still stands that he would be by far the most talented player on our roster, especially at the quarterback position. So, I don't know. Is it going to happen? Probably not, because South Carolina, we don't ever make that ballsy type of move. I don't know. Jesse Jacob says, get some better athletes, go after Hugh Freeze for OC and keep Sat on the O-line. Dude, you think Hugh Freeze is going to leave Liberty as a head coach to come be the offensive coordinator at the University of South Carolina? It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. Brandon Gaines says Kimry for OC. Derek Gainey says, any inside word on Jalen Brooks? Seems like he might be out a few more games. We're missing him as a playmaker. I talked about this last week, Derek, and I'll tell you again, from the people I've talked to, from what I've heard, I wouldn't expect him to play another down this year. So I think there's personal issues going on, and I'd be surprised if he plays again this season. Coach Ford says, I've never said fire Beamer. Satterfield, yes. If Beamer sticks with him, then he can go too. Very good. Jeff Gullick says, not that I'm pushing for Satterfield to be gone after year one, but what are your thoughts on bringing back G.A. Mangus? I mean, I like G.A. Does he want to come back? Does he want to coach here again? I don't know. Hey, again, I just want a good offense. I don't give a damn who the OC is. So if Beamer feels like he needs to go that direction, then so be it. But I guess here's my question. And I guess a lot of this depends on, did Beamer want Satterfield in the first place as like his number one option? I don't know that he did. But if you just fire him to fire him, I mean, is it just going to be you're just going to change OCs every single year? Because Coach Ford may not admit it, or some other folks may not admit it, but if it's literally a year fast forward, you've changed OCs and the offense is bad again, you're going to be calling for his head too. So you're just going to change OCs every single year? Hey, I'm not saying that if Satterfield comes back and the offense is bad next year, that fire him. But after one season, can you really operate the program that way? That's been my whole point the entire time. So again, I'm not having the conversation with you of has the performance of the offense warranted him being fired or not. My question to you is, do you truly believe South Carolina can operate their program firing an OC after one season? Can they? I mean, I don't know. I don't know they can. Like, I don't know who's going to want to come here under the cloud of 1 year. You got 1 year to get it done. Have we thought of that? Have we thought of that? Again, that's my question. I would love to hear some answers. Do you think South Carolina can truly operate the program under a cloud of you have 1 year to figure it out? Because again, you can say whatever you want, but if you hire a new OC and the offense still isn't good next year, you're going to want him fired as well. So I'm not saying don't hold people accountable, but I just don't know how you can operate in that way. I just don't know how you can do that. Maybe you can. Maybe there's guys out there who are willing to take 1 year contracts and you can just keep going year after year after year after year until something sticks. But I don't think that's really realistic, to be totally honest with you. I could be wrong, though. Coach Ford says, I would be patient if we were trying to implement Levy's system or Garrett Riley's. We just needed players. We will not have never recruited the O-line to run this scheme. Maybe you're right. I sounds like to me they're going to try their damnedest, though, Coach Ford. I mean, if I had to bet money on it right now, I think Satterfield will be back next year. I just don't see Beamer jumping ship off his guy after one season. Because again, you read between the lines. You truly read between the lines of what these coaches have said. I think they believe what they're doing is effective. And I think they put a lot of it on execution and personnel. I really do. I really do. At least they think that. I think at least they think that. Jeff Gullich, as I said at the beginning of the year, we need to give them 2 or 3 years. We just don't have the playmakers right now. Again, I'm not sitting here telling you that coaching's been A+ this year, because it hasn't. It hasn't. But damn it, you also have not executed very well, and your personnel's not great. I don't know why people can't wrap their heads around that. It's not great. It's not. Personnel's not very good. I mean, again, guys, if you read anything, in the preseason, I mean, most of the position units for this team were ranked near the bottom of the SEC. Like, that wasn't for fun or because people hate us. That's where it stands. I don't know. Brock Creekmore says, not much left to talk about this team for this year. I'll be back for the Clemson week. See y'all then. Brock, I guess we'll see you then. Guess we'll see you in 3 weeks, my guy. Yeah, guess we'll see you in 3 weeks. It's crazy, man. This season has flown by. It really has. I mean, we are already in November. Clemson week will be here before you know it. Truly. Tommy Wallace says, which 2 coaches were not Beamer's first choice on his list of coaches? That's a great question. I don't know. I truly don't know. Got a feeling we're going to find out, though. Yep, got a feeling we're going to find out fairly quickly. Again, guys, a couple quick reminders. Episode 528 of the podcast did drop this morning. Full breakdown, everything Shane Beamer had to say in his Tuesday presser. Also, just some broad thoughts coming out of the bye week. Also, of course, Wednesday, we talked gambling, SEC gambling picks, as well as best bet for South Carolina, Florida. Packed show. Of course, guys, we are back in studio. Feels so good to be back. The podcast, the Daily Crow, all the content is back full steam ahead. We will have no more breaks or days off until the day of Thanksgiving. There will be a podcast coming out that day, believe it or not, but no Daily Crow, obviously, on Thanksgiving Day. I think that probably makes a lot of sense to most people, but outside of that, man, we are rocking and rolling full steam ahead. The final month of the 2021 football season. We've got the official start of the regular season for, basketball right around the corner, guys. Content bleeding out the eyeballs. And again, it feels so good to be back, and truly appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Appreciate the commentary, the banter, man. The beauty is truly in the banter, the joys in the journey. And again, I just enjoy each and every single day. And you guys give me the opportunity to wake up and do what I love to do, and really have a fulfilled life. And I truly do appreciate it, man. Seriously, sincerely, thank you. Luke RJ, 2-2 in these last 4 games would be so nice. Find a way to somehow beat Mizzou and Clemson. What a way to end a bad year. The offense has made it bad and not fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest gripe, is that if you're not going to be good, at least be entertaining. And this team has failed to do that a lot of times. But hey, who knows? Coming out the bye week, 4 games left, the month of November. Who knows? A lot of opportunity left. Guys, hey, it's 2 o'clock. Appreciate you all tuning in. Check out the podcast that dropped this morning if you have not done so. And check us out tonight at Tin Roof, live 5 to 7, taking your questions, your comments, talking Gamecocks, Florida, and also, of course, celebrating the Bravos, the Braves, World Series champions. Folks, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a happy hump day, and we'll talk to you